Damon Harris. Number 3, Alex Morris. Number 4, Sam Duff. Number 10, Jeremiah Goff. Number 13, Samuel Adams. Number 18, Hunter Tapley. Number 19, Leaf Gog. Number 21, Hunter Quint. And number 23, Abram Nason. And now the starters for the Hawks. Senior, number 5, Joshua McGillicuddy. Junior, number 7, Elijah Matheson. Senior captain, number 8, Kyle Carver. Sophomore, number 12, Caleb Nash. Senior, number 14, Joshua Foster, also a captain. Senior captain, number 15, Seth Tapley. Senior, number 16, Damon Sanders. Senior captain, number 17, Lucas Ramsey. Sophomore, number 22, Timothy Fitzpatrick. Junior, number 24, Colton Folsom. And in goal, freshman, number 30, Drew Duttweiler. The Hawks are coached by Jason Little, assisted by Crystal Folsom. And now the team members for Penobscot Valley. Number 1, Eben Harvey. Number 4, Clayton Solomon. Number 6, Isaac Dorr. Number 15, Gabe Castanway. Number 16, Caleb Brown. Number 30, Joel Lyons. Number 31, Larry Boomer. And number 36, Ryan Thompson. And now the starters for the Howlers. Sophomore, number 3, Nicholas Reed. Senior captain, number 5, Zachary Dorr. Senior, number 6, Ezekiel Hayes. Junior, number 8, William Brown. Junior, number 9, Alexander Hayes. Senior captain, number 10, Reese Carter. Junior, number 11, Alex Tash. Junior, number 13, Lance Neal. Junior, number 21, Zachary Mitchell. Freshman, number 24, Gabe Reed. And junior, number 33, Bryce Seeley. The Howlers are coached by Renee Roy. He's assisted by David Dorr, Ryan Reed, Morgan Roy, and Robert Smart. Your officials for today's games are Chris West, Jamie Russell, and Brian Clark. There will be no anthem, so let's play ball. All right, you're on your own. You got somebody.
And good afternoon and welcome to another semifinal matchup in Class D soccer in the northern part of the state of Maine, as it's the number 1 ranked Penobscot Valley Howlers, unbeaten on the season, taking on the number 4 Hodgdon Hawks, who are 12-1-1. I'm Brian Stackpole, joined by Ryan Lincoln for the second game here from Hampden Academy, and the second one to feature the Howlers of Penobscot Valley. The girls' team was able to best Southern Aroostook by a score of 3-1. The boys' side hoping to get a similar score and continue to move on, but the Hawks are in their way. As I alluded to, 14-0 are Penobscot Valley on the season, averaging 4.5 goals per contest the regular season, allowing just a shade above 1 goal. Have not lost a game, beat Ashland, who was number 9 in the 4-3 variety in the quarterfinal, while the Hawks of Hodgdon have only lost 1 game on the season. It was Maine School of Science and Math, a 4-2 loss back on the 11th of October. They tied Southern Aroostook 4-4 back in September, and they beat Woodland 4-0 in the prelims. Easton besting the Bears on penalty kicks 2-1 last time out. And both teams pretty confident, Ryan, that they can pull off the victory and move to the Northern Maine Crown.
Hodgdon, obviously not your typical 4 seed, coming in with their record up there in the quarter there, 13-1-1. So not your typical 4 seed coming in against the Howlers, who are undefeated, number 1. So I allude to a good contest here this afternoon for the right to get to a Northern Maine final.
PVHS will start with the ball as they get the ball in their own backfield and trying to progress it up forward. Pretty good pace already early on as they work the ball on the left wing, continuously towards the corner, now into the 18-yard box. Good move back out. Reed got it, and then it's dispossessed again. This could be the nature of the beast here. I talked with Coach Roy from PVHS. He said that they've been inside for a lot of the duration of the last 2 weeks. Finally was able to get out yesterday, I believe, but has been very much an indoor practicing team. So he said they've been trying to drill as much as possible that they could on throw-ins and whatnot, which is one of the strengths of Hodgdon. But time will tell. As this one glanced off, it looks like it's going to be a corner kick after Tash got that one deflected off the defender's leg. So
possession in favor of the Howlers so far, as you alluded to, of practicing inside. The field conditions haven't been too great for the Howlers. That's why we're playing neutral field today.
This one a long kick. It's going to go out of bounds. We'll stay with the Howlers, however. They'll work the ball back out. It's been all PVHS putting the pressure on the early moments in this contest. They swing it into the box, kicked back out, and the Hawks will finally get the ball and see if they can counterattack, though not a lot of numbers up there and a lot of green jerseys. And as I thought, taken away and moved back out. Dorr had it. It's trying to work back out. Now it's taken away. Hodgdon's with the opportunity. Good kick there, deflected, and back-to-back corners, one for each side now.
A little bit of a lunge there by 33, Bryce Sealy. Allowed Hodgdon to get the edge there, and deflection out of bounds goes to a set corner here.
A low kick from the corner. Knocked back out, clearing the zone. Now a chance for the counterattack. Some good speed from the Howlers, moving from the back. And continuing so. Heavy touch, but one that will give some room to work. Quickly down the field, sprinting 60, 70 yards in a flash. And that one harmlessly, well, I guess not harmlessly. It was last touched by a Hawk from Hodgdon, and it'll be yet another corner.
Early pressure here by Penobscot Valley. A little bit quicker to the corner kicks here in this game than we've seen in the first one. Didn't even have one in the first half, and already 3 so far. See if Howlers can convert on their second.
A high corner kick from the left side. Flicked on all the way back through. It's picked up by number 11, Tash, who tries to get it back in the box. He does so. It's dangerous. Didn't get rid of it quick enough, and it's going to go off the end line. Ooh, what a dangerous play. I think that was off of Zach Dorr's leg. He had that right at his feet just outside the 6-yard box.
Huge miscommunication there by the Hawks. Fortunate to come out of the way with that one with not a tally on the board.
There have been some moments that have had fans holding their breaths. Now on the other side, the other 5, McGillicuddy, shielding the ball. Gets it to a teammate. Getting that square passing set up, but unable to get it, and it's dispossessed.
Good shape so far, and keeping the ball on the ground by Penobscot Valley. Looking to use purpose with the ball. Try and get it wide and play in.
This one worked down. 2 players from PVHS collide against one another, and it's knocked out of bounds, but we'll stay with the Howlers. One Howler player still down on the ground. The clock will stop, seemingly in some pain.
And we're going to get a stoppage in play here. Look like Nicholas Reed and ZK is there, both going up to get an opportunity on that 50-50 ball, and just a mistaken collision there, and Hayes coming on the bad end of that one.
So he's still down on the turf. Walking around on that turf, just to mention this, even with all the rain and wind and whatnot we've had it over the last couple of days, it is pretty dry out there. And the one thing about this turf is it does mimic a lot more of the grass than some of your traditional AstroTurfs of yesteryear, so won't see too much sliding or slicking as opposed to what you would see on a normal field turf, but unfortunate to see an injury this early on in the contest.
Really, puts a crimp in your plans if you lose Hayes up front for Penobscot Valley. 2 goals scored there in their quarterfinal game against Ashland really propelled them to that 4-3 win that they had. And you just hope that this is just maybe got the wind knocked out of him and take a quick breather.
Well, he's at least back up to a seated position, which is the first good step here. No matter what the injury, you hope it's not going to affect him too much in either today or even in the future.
Yeah, winner of this one obviously moves on Northern Maine final. Already the other semifinal is in the books from the county. Once again, it'll be Central Aroostook going to be going in for the hopes of a Northern Maine title, as they upended Van Buren this afternoon by a final of 6-0. And if Penobscot Valley comes out of this one, it would be a rematch of last year's Northern Maine title game, and obviously the Hawks looking to make it an all-county final.
It'll be interesting to see what the matchup will be. I think no matter who's going to be taking on them, it's going to be a pretty fun Northern Maine clash.
So as Hayes makes his way to the sideline, it's going to be a throw-in here for Penobscot Valley, as we have continuation of play, and Dorr will take the place of Hayes.
So after the throw-in, ball being batted about, both teams trying to gain possession and get that advantage. Still working that far sideline. This one knocked well out of bounds. It's a good contingent of PVHS fans making the trek for the doubleheader of sorts. Also say a lot of support for Hodgdon as well.
Yeah, both communities traveled well down here for this one. Good traveling communities between Southern Aroostook and Easton, and Penobscot Valley really filling up the stands, not only on the opposite side, but over here as well. A lot of green mixed in.
One of the key things to look forward to is just how good at throwing the ball from the sidelines is this Hawks side. Get a good distance on each throw. This one working down towards the right side, maybe angling towards the corner. It's finally knocked out of bounds. Tash was working with the ball. Here's the throw-in. Dorr has it. Working from right to left. Takes a left-footed shot. Deflected out. Good diving effort to his left from Duttweiler. And it's eventually knocked out of bounds.
Well, that's where Dorr's done a lot of his production this year is, 18 extended to about 20, 25 out. He's, got a good foot out there and not one you want to leave space for.
Another palm save. This one up, but not strong enough to challenge Duttweiler. And finally, it's cleared out of the zone.
Hodgson looking to counter here.
They'll do so. Whiff on that. Allows some space on this near left side. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds, I believe off the leg of Tash. So an opportunity here on the throw-in. Looks like Foster will try, but there'll be a substitution which will halt this play.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those deep throws you mentioned. Maybe trying to find something down in the corner or try and hit ahead something in the middle of the field.
Here's that throw, and again, look at the yardage on the play, but right into a sea of green, so to speak. Out with it are the Howlers. Little space, good touch. Another good one, just a little bit knocked off by the defender from Hodgdon. A collision will result in a free kick, I believe, or a throw-in, one of which will happen.
Yeah, we're going to get a direct kick here,
Yep.
Push there, just Tapley going in a little too strong. See Dorr try and curl something in here.
And that he does. Flicked on and out of bounds for a corner kick. Much better than the alternative, which would have been a clean-headed opportunity towards net. We've almost played 7 minutes in this contest. As this one hits the side panel, I don't think ever actually got into the field to play. Still scoreless in this matchup from Hampton Academy. Great facility for this semifinal matchup. Howlers, good opportunity, some space. They work towards the 18-yard box. That's knocked away just at the last split second. Now we'll see if the counterattack can be put on by Hodgdon. So far, we haven't seen the numbers be put up, Ryan, for Hodgdon on offense. If they had one more person up there, you think this counterattack might be having a little bit more success?
Good, a little bit more of a boot and run style for the Hawks so far. just trying to maybe try and get something countered over the top, trying to, see if they can get Foster on a streak down the middle. But Howland just controlling possession here so far, a little under 8 in.
Here's the throw. Penobscot Valley has looked dangerous at times. They've had some good opportunities, including in the last couple of minutes.
Well, as you alluded to, averaging over 4 goals a game. So obviously they can put the ball in the back of the net.
It's pretty interesting just looking at those pure statistical numbers from the regular season. Both teams averaging roughly the same amount of goals per game, a slight advantage to the Hawks, but also a slight advantage to PVHS in terms of goals allowed, 1.1 to the Hawks, 1.6. So pretty mirror image sides, comparatively speaking, in Class D.
Well, you've seen it so far. The reason why, Hodgdon has only allowed, a little over 1 goal a game is just because of how stout their defense is.
And speaking of great defense, what an effort here on the left back, who's now in a little bit of pain. Great job by Lucas Ramsey, one of the captains on the side, shielding the ball, dispossessing it, and now he's a little gimpy.
Yeah, tough play. Both players, going after the ball. I think he might have got his leg caught up a little bit there when they were both going, shoulder to shoulder, and might have tweaked that knee a little bit.
Coach Little coming out to check on his very talented defensive player. Looked like he might have just, a little kick there on the ankle. He knew right away, though.
Yeah, he was signaling as soon as he seen that.
So almost, 9 minutes in, and we've already had 2 injuries that have resulted in a stoppage.
Something you don't like to see. Both teams playing tough so far. It's I wouldn't say that it's too physical, but
No.
both teams are playing hard, and the center judge, Mr. West, has done a good job to call the fouls when need be, but letting both teams play as well.
Doesn't seem like much bad blood. I know we saw a yellow card in the prior game between Southern Aroostook and PVHS, but it doesn't seem like even that was a dirty play by any means.
Oh no, just both teams are playing. Teams are playing physical. It's playoff time soccer. Teams on.
Yep.
Teams today are looking to get a berth in the Northern Maine title, and they're going to play hard right till the last horn sounds, just trying to get a bid. So.
Again, this is the only meeting that these two teams will have of the season. Neither played during the regular season. And interesting to note, if this game does get late into it and still remains scoreless or tied at some point, Hodgdon coming off a penalty kick win.
Yeah, good to see the defender and Ramsey, getting up and able to, a little bit of help to walk off the field, but not something where he can't do it completely under his own power. So.
Unfortunately, it happened on their left side of the field, which means he has to cross and traverse the whole sideline.
Yep. So out of the injury timeout, 31-18 to play, and in the first half, going to get a throw-in for Penobscot Valley. Just about 18 extended.
See if they can take advantage of this. And again, something that's hard to drill inside of a gymnasium is those throw-ins from the sidelines.
Yeah, tough to do. Biggest thing about this time of year is that field conditions aren't going to be the greatest, and just got to take advantage of the opportunities that you can. That's why these turf facilities, really get used this time of year. It's a luxury to have in a great complex here in Hampden Academy.
Brand new field turf here at Hampden. And sure is it getting the use, whether it be football, soccer, field hockey.
Even softball in the spring.
Yeah, true. I noticed that. Lines all set up. Makes me reminisce and wish it was a little warmer out there. We could play 6 or 7 innings. That's seems like forever from now, actually, with all the cold conditions out.
Yeah, it can wait a few more months. We'll see. Obviously, sooner the better, but.
This one, a speculative play, a little weak on the shot, but a good left-footed one nonetheless from Zach Dorr.
We'll see the first punt here of the day by the Hodgdon keeper, and gets it just a little bit shy of midfield. Going to ride out, and it's going to be Penobscot Valley throw.
Difficulty trying to trap that first punt. Results in the sort of turnover. So finally back in a little bit more consistent play, and then yet another stoppage here as it'll be a kick going the other way.
Both teams still trying to get into a bit of a flow. Hodgson trying to find some more offensive pressure. Howland really, controlling the tempo so far. Hodgson's had a couple breaks, just haven't really been able to get a good touch on the ball and get something ahead. Had one corner, within the first couple minutes, but looking to try and get something a little more.
Nice ball movement, switching around. Tash gets it back again by way of two other players. A good strike from outside the 18-yard box, but it's stopped by Duttweiler right there. Had that been more to the left or right, I think you might be talking about a 1-0 score in favor of the Howlers.
This is exactly what we talked about, is Hodgson looking to try and counter off in that. Just couldn't find the edge there. Good seal inside by Brown.
PVHS stopping, quelling the counter-strike, the counter-attack. And now they're going the other way, trying to start one of their own. Dash with it. Looking to be harassed by number 22, Fitzpatrick. Here's the cross, and it's going to be out of bounds. And that will be a goal kick. Under the 30-minute mark to play in the first half. So we've already whittled 10-plus minutes off the clock.
Isaac Dorr, far side. One thing I've noticed so far is Howland plays the ball on the ground a lot.
Now a chance, an opportunity. That one's through the uprights, but it's not for three. It's for nothing but a goal kick.
Yeah. Volley, hard touch over the top. Getting looks on net. Just Hodgson able to close the gap and have done a good job sealing the inside angle.
The wing play has been very impressive so far at the midfield for this PVHS side.
See if Hodgson can get an attack here off this direct kick, try and get numbers up ahead.
And that they will. They'll push their team up. Well, their defenders trailing back still quite a ways. This one out kicking the coverage. Still reasonably in the zone, but now prime for a counterattack. Here comes PVHS crossing the half line and now getting their numbers on their own. So players to work with. Good passing. Nice square from the sideline. Here's the chip in, or chip actually more towards the flag. Good cross, but it's dispossessed and knocked away and well out of bounds. So we'll do it again after the quick throw in. Trying to work it back to the midfield. And this might be an opportunity, but again, a lot of green jerseys still back at midfield.
And that's the one thing about this turf, is using the wide turf to your advantage and being able to elect to get the ball wide and really space things out. But been a lot of congested play so far, unable to really get good looks on a cross ball or trying to get something through on the ground.
Here's the goal kick. It gets to around the 40-yard line, right to a sea of Howlers. Knocked towards that far sideline and out. Nice little back heel to the center, but now Tash comes out with it. Just held up by a moment. Now working to the right near side. He crosses it in. Couple of players there. That one's off the hand, it looks like. A couple of Howard players calling for it, but it'll be picked up and scored on. Zach Dorr gets the first one of the contest at 26-49 as he gets that one, traps it nicely, and hits it in for the first.
Yeah, good play inside. Nicholas Reed on the score there. Good setup. Far side, Zach Dorr got it in, or Isaac Dorr, excuse me. I think that's where you got it confused there, Brian. Was Isaac Dorr far side, good touch inside, and Reed able to all alone in front of the net, bury one and get the first tally of the game.
No matter the name, the score remains the same.
Absolutely.
But good job from Nick Reed right there. At 26-49 for the first goal of the game. And not just on top of that, it was just really well played. Some players might struggle win the ball in that situation, but Reed just buried it home.
Kind of a kid that flies under the radar, doesn't really get his name in the books very often, but does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. And, sometimes it's good for them to get credited with something like that, just right place, right time. It's that deep throw that we talked about. Hodgdon, they're going to get up here and they're going to get a throw. This is where this is where Hodgdon's dangerous. They're going to get a deep throw right in front of the net, try and look to get ahead on it.
Not something you can drill inside the gymnasium. This one, a laser beam. Maybe wanted a little bit more loft. Now this one hit right back in. Offsides, however.
Yeah.
Flag was up almost instantaneously after the kick was thrown in.
Defense stepped up. That's what defenses need to do when the ball gets cleared out. You hear push up, push up, push up. Green jerseys were up. White was still behind. Offsides.
So now it'll just be a harmless kick. It is up. It's picked up now. Hodgdon trying to work with it. Instead, it will get towards this near sideline. Good hustle back from Tash, and still result in a throw-in nonetheless.
Well, if you're Hodgdon, this is what you're looking for. Just gave up a goal. Now you're getting a couple of opportunities in the box. And cleared out there by Neal, but it's going to be out of bounds and going to be in for a corner. They're going to say the ball across the plane.
I was about to say, good job from Neal recognizing that was going to be a corner kick, but same result nonetheless.
Yeah, a little late, so Hodgdon gets a set corner here, 24:50 to play in the half. We'll see what they can do out of it.
This one gets through. There was no one on the front post for PVHS at the time of the kick, trying to scramble and get people back. So Hodgdon unable to take advantage of the lack of preparation or setup. And now possibly a chance for a second goal for PVHS. A good evolving play here. They work into the center. Now it's back, worked into the defense. Hit high, almost into the 18, and knocked out towards the right side. 24 minutes and change left to go in this contest. Short throw in, now the cross, a very high arcing ball into the box. Good header, but right at the goalkeeper in Duttweiler.
Good punt out here, see if we can get a counter off in it.
Right back into the possession of Hodgdon, the Hawks working. Nice move there by number 11. Working through.
See if Foster can do something here with the ball at his feet. Get it out wide, and we'll get a lofted ball inside. No Hodgdon player there for a head, and we'll get a Neal punt here.
You don't mind that kind of ball into the box, but unfortunately you don't want it right at the goaltender with no one around.
That's deep punt. I mean, that's quarter field on the other attacking half. That's a good ball there put up by Neal.
Now trying to make something happen, but a ton of white jerseys will result in this one going and pushed off the far sideline. We get closer and closer to the halfway mark of this first half. Throw in, hit back towards the middle. No one around. Now finally PVHS will take the ball. Here's a strike, deflected in the middle. And back out again. Still a dangerous spot. Someone needs to come up and get it, and it finally will be a big boot through.
Good clear by the Hawks, but Howland all over that 50-50 ball there, and looks like they're going to get a chance at a corner kick here. So this will be Penobscot Valley's 5th corner so far here, just a little bit over halfway mark of the first half.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of corners in this game in the first half compared to the last one in the girls' matchup, which I think they might have had, one? This one flicked on. Unable to get the junt time perfectly, and that'll be a goal kick now for the Hawks. 21:56 remaining in this first half of play, a 1-0 lead as Nick Reed for PVHS got the lone strike in this contest so far.
The biggest thing that's, so far for Hodgdon is Penobscot Valley has Foster marked the whole time. You see Seeley staying with them, but they've only had one attacker ahead. They get the ball wide outside, and they're looking to just try and play, 2-on-6 in the back. It's kind of tough. You're just looking to try and get something through, I suppose.
Trying to work the ball to that left side results in a takeaway, and now they're going to stop it and set up a free kick for PVHS going the other way. A little bit more chippiness here, but again, nothing that would cause concern. Very good sportsmanship for both sides, it seems.
Both teams just playing hard.
This one into the box, not going to trouble Duttweiler at all as he comes out of the 6 and gets it.
Good punt there by Duttweiler, to be able to get it up ahead. I mean, Hodgdon just kicking the ball up ahead, and an easy pickup for Neal. Offensively so far, just a little bit, concerning for the Hawks. It's basically been 1-on-6 up front.
They need more numbers. Right there, McGillicuddy took it away for a moment and then swarmed on. They get the ball back. Again, need more white jerseys intermixed with the green. They keep the ball back in their possession after some tenuous play as of late.
So now we see a little bit more of an attack. We actually have 4, fifth offensive attacker coming up into the box.
Including Caleb Nash all the way deep. Now he's being manned. Now they're going to switch things around and say, they're going to say substitution here on the play, but we talked about it before. A dangerous weapon is this throw-in.
Yeah, it's a tough one to defend. You got to really put everybody in the box and hope somebody can get ahead on it.
There is one. It's from Mitchell and PVHS and knocked back out. Oh, a misplay. Now an opportunity for the Howlers. Not a ton of numbers, but they're coming from behind. Still battling. Good shield there by number 3 and Reed. Now the through ball. Can his teammate get there in time? It looks like no. It's going to be knocked harmlessly out of bounds.
See a throw on the side.
So Reed not only with a goal, but also a great play there, trying to keep that play alive. Oh, tiptoeing along the sidelines. Can't get it through. Now here's the shot. It's up and through the uprights, which unfortunately is not the name of the game. Just pulled back a little bit and got underneath the kick.
Communication there. Nobody within 15 yards. That's got to be a settle and maybe a touch and go. Tough to try and one-touch something that deep.
Header back towards the box. Now out to this near side left. It's picked up. McGillicuddy. Good move. Again, just trying to cup. Nice chop, and then finally knocked out of bounds. Good effort there and good defense from Gabe Reed. We'll see a throw in. This one a pretty good one into the box. Looks like it might have gotten off the shoulder of a Howler and finally knocked out of bounds here on the sideline.
So throw in deep corner, basically a corner kick.
Especially with the strength of these players. It gets into just up above the box in the 6. Now here's the kick. It's a strong one, but too much arc and lift.
Creating for themselves on their throw-ins. They've had a couple of looks, nothing clean yet. Just got to try and get something more on frame.
So we'll just have another goal kick. We approach the 17-minute remaining mark left in this first half. 1-0 PVHS on top. It's incredible to think that the fall sports season is soon going to be coming to a close. Already in the month of November. It'll be basketball season before we know it, but still a couple of championships to be crowned. Including one of these teams hoping to win a Northern Maine and possibly a state championship. One ticket will be punched from the side of the bracket to the Northern Maine Championship when all is said and done.
And a good clear out there by Fitzpatrick. Get it up ahead and played it with a little more purpose that time to Foster, just unable to control.
1-0 lead, PVHS on top. They work the ball towards the wing all the way, and then it's going to be knocked out of bounds. And
I think ball cross plane.
I guess it did beforehand.
Yeah.
I was going to say that would have been a pretty clean-cut corner, but nonetheless, it was out of bounds before the cross. One team trying to win possession, and it will be Hodgdon. Now a chance. Again, not a ton of numbers, but they're just somehow continuing to move this ball down the field. Oh, a nice little shove there. No call on the field as McGillicuddy gave the forearm shiver. But again, going 2-on-3 is pretty tough. Good shield there. Back to McGillicuddy again. He's working on this near left side. Get a defender to beat. Beats past one, but not the second.
Let's see if we get deflection. Nope, it'll be with Hodgdon. So, as we talked about, basically another corner.
Watching too, number 12, Caleb Nash, try to creep into the 18-yard box on the far side. He's the only player for Hodgdon that far deep. It still trickles through, unable to find the foot of a Hawk player, and goes all the way back out. Sent back into the box. Not going to trouble Neal at all as he scoops it up. Under 15 minutes to play now in this first half. 1-0 the score.
Hodgdon getting some more looks offensively. Retaining more possession here as we creep towards the end of this first half. Howland still has been able to build a few attacks, but mainly controlling, with Hodgdon having some more opportunities at looks to drive something in.
Oh, a good cross in. Tash cuts it towards the middle. The left-footed kick, and it's just going to be a little too high, missing the upper 90 on the far post. Good opportunity, and you show the Cobra-like quick strike fashion that this PVHS side can put out there.
It's a tough play there as a keeper because it's one of those balls that's kind of in the middle, 50-50. Do I stay or do I go? And fortunately enough, the keeper went halfway and then said, oops, nope, got to get back. And, luckily the ball was over the top.
This one chipped on. Nice ball in. Taking a shot, going through the wickets of one player, but not fooling Neal enough as it was destined for the front post. So Hodgdon trying to answer back with a dangerous effort of their own, but not challenging the keeper as much as they had hoped. Good pass up. This one at the foot of number 5, Zach Dorr. Working around it, it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay PVHS ball. Taken away. Here's the lead pass, but it's 1-on-5 on that side of the field. Still, it's 1-on-5 after the throw-in. I don't even think Lionel Messi could get through this situation.
Hodgdon going to draw a corner there. Reed just a little touch to the end line, get out of bounds, and see a set corner here for McGillicuddy.
So building something out of nothing, they can now move some numbers into the box, which is what they're going to do. Here's the kick. A pretty good one. Gets through. Still hasn't gotten cleared. And still will now move towards the left side. And it's a dangerous spot if you're the Howlers. Now moving up. Still maintaining possession. Here's the through ball, but to no one in particular. The Hawks will give it back out to PVHS, but deeper in their own end. Here's the long ball. Tash trying to get onto it. Little lackadaisical play in the back, but finally knocked out of bounds.
Good clear out there by Tapley, able just to get it, clear it off, get it out, and get some numbers back defensively.
Now the ball at Dorr. Gets a fire near post, but misses that one wide right. Been a fun last couple of minutes, though, seeing the attacks from both sides, but again, no more goals on the board. Still 1-0 in favor of the Howlers.
almost through 30 minutes and a half, and I would dare say about 90% of the 50-50 balls have gone to Hodgdon, been a little bit more aggressively going after the ball, anything that's up in the air, and something that could go either way. Penobscot Valley really kind of sitting back and, seeing what happens.
Trying to find something on that right side. Unable to, but they get the ball back. Does PVHS. Mitchell trying to track down. Now it's Hodgdon with the ball, but only 2 players going on this run, which might be problematic for them and will result in this one getting knocked out of bounds on this near sideline. You wonder if they had a third guy going on these runs, if it might be a little bit more productive, because the guys that they do have with the runs have been very, very good at even creating those set pieces like corner kicks.
I mean, it's tough, especially with a wider field. I mean, you're talking about, opening it up a lot more and having to, it's extra, a little bit extra work normally compared to what the width of most high school fields are. Most are going with just the minimum regulation because that's what they can deal with, because a lot of schools don't have the luxury of just a, actual soccer field. A lot of them share with baseball fields, and you got to, deal with dimensions and everything else. But, it's either an advantage or a disadvantage if you can use it correctly.
This one hit into the box. PVHS with an opportunity. The loft just missing wide. Yeah, this one is a pretty big field. Even the football players don't have to run that far. They use the 100 yards plus the extra 10 on each side. Not to mention the extra width. Don't envy the infielders out there. Back when I played that position, it was a little troublesome on my conditioning at times. Hawks now working, trying to see if they can get something going here in the under 10-minute mark in the first half. Slide tackle came in a little late, and that will result in the kick going the other way. Again, Ryan, they played the continuation, but nothing really evolving, so might as well stop the play.
That one a little bit more dangerous too. You kind of want to stop play.
Yeah.
You've seen the official go over and, just have a quick little word. It was a little bit from behind. Nothing malicious, but just enough to, set the tone and go from there.
Throw-in coming from that far side. Penobscot Valley wearing the green with white trim. Good cutback. Let's see what can happen. Another cutback. Here's the cross. Open spaces, gets it, corrals it. That one just knocked away on the diving effort from Duntweiler. Just a freshman, but playing like he's got so many years under his belt in between the pipes.
Great stop there. Read it correctly. Had his weight shifted the right direction and just able to bat it out and see corner here for Penobscot Valley.
He comes out of his net, though. Lucky that one graced off of the streaking player's head. I think that might have been, was that Mitchell who came in trying to get that in?
Yeah, it seems like they bring him up for most corners that they have. 6'4", just standing without a jump is quite an advantage.
Actually, for those lofting corner kicks from the side, I can understand that sentiment. Here's the kick, a little collision between 2 players, both staying on their feet. Now the ball, Door, weaving, trying to get that left-footed kick. Oh, it's off the upright. Good effort, great pace, but just off target.
Got the edge, just didn't get his body over the ball and touched too high and, sails wide left.
7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Back and forth, but probably if you're looking at percentages of who's had the better opportunities, it's really the Howlers ruling the day so far. Another kick, this one on, this one in. What a strike.
Zach Dorr with the volley.
You could try that 100 times, me or you, and I don't think either of us would hit it as clean as that one. A little dip, too, on the hooking curve, and what a strike to give them a 2-0 lead as that one comes at 7:08 left to go in the first.
Just a clean strike. I mean, in the box, good volley, able to get his body over the ball, and nothing the keeper can do in that situation. Just a, perfect shot, opposite upper 90.
I think he was just motivated after I said he had scored the first one and realized he hadn't. He just needed to get that one on the tally board. But nonetheless, a beautiful strike, perfectly hit. And now the Howlers look like they want more. Smell blood in the water. They get it over to Dorr. Back into the middle. That was, by the way, was Isaac Dorr who had it for the moment. Now over to Zach Dorr.
More stagnant, little flat-footed defensively right now. They've really drawn a lot more numbers, back to try and counter this offensive attack for the Howlers, just by drawing some more bodies in. Looks like they've kind of reshaped into a more of a 3-4. When I say a 3-4-3, but kind of just one up top.
They sort of need to a little bit. Imagine if the Hawks might be sending more people here with the score at this point. But we also saw in the game beforehand, Southern Aroostook didn't necessarily switch up their offensive attack. Did get that goal that got them within one, but this would be a big tally if they can get this before the end of the first half. Ball right now in the possession of Matheson.
Well, you see a difference here because you actually have, 5 Hodgdon attackers up, with that build that you've seen there and able to give them more of an opportunity. I think we're going to see a card here.
Yeah.
And that's going to go on Tapley.
Tapley is brought over, and yep, there is the yellow card given to him. Just a little too aggressive out there. As he heads towards the sideline. This will set up an interesting set piece now. Not a ton of numbers out there for PVHS up.
So it'll be 5:37 remaining in the first half, and Coach Little just asking for an explanation on the card given there in that situation, and he
doesn't seem happy about it. I think it was fairly warranted, though, from here. You could understand it, at least. Whole bunch of white jerseys behind the ball, or in front of the ball, I should say. Just 3 players for PVHS will be up awaiting this kick. And now a 4th will join the fray, coming into the far, far left side. So after that whole thing is sorted out, we'll now get the continuation of play here in a moment.
Not really sure what we really have going here. I think they might be discussing whether or not it's actually going to be maybe location of where the kick's going to be from, or whether or not, what they're going to do here.
Yeah, it's quite a stoppage in play. There will be a 2-man wall implored by the Hawks of Hodgdon.
Yeah, substitution. That's Tapley looking to re-enter. He has to wait for the next live ball opportunity.
So here's the kick. It's locked in the box. Oh, what a play. Now can they get the ball squared up towards the net? Oh, that was a golden opportunity. Just couldn't corral it after the first touch. But that first touch was pretty nonetheless. And an opportunity now seems, well, I was going to say wasted, but they still have the ball. Good slide. Nothing malicious about that one. That one rolled back out. Oh, missed kick here. And the Hawks just barely missing it. Well, I say that, but it's gone all the way back to the last line. Almost. Well, here come the Hawks. Some sloppy play from PVHS has resulted in this one staying alive. Again, sheer amount of numbers favoring PVHS compared to Hodgdon. Here now comes the counter. Howlers going. Still have the ball at the feet. Back in the middle of the 6-yard box. Duttweiler comes out. little tentative on the play, but somehow comes out with it just about a yard or two outside the 6. As a goaltender, you have to be making a decision either one way or the other. You can't stutter step, but Duttweiler, it was basically bailed out.
No, good decision there. That's one of those ones where, like you said, you got to make up your mind earlier, and you can't really go back on it. Was able to get out and get a grasp of it and take away the scoring opportunity.
High ball with under 4 to play in this first half. 2-0 PVHS trying to make it a sweep, so to speak, over Northern teams. Southern Aroostook, the opponent for the girls' matchup. They were able to win 3-1. Right now, score fairly similar to what the first half was. Well, almost exactly the same score. Just left is the time. Hodgdon fans complaining, asking for some sort of a call on that far side, but they're not getting it. The officiating crew is letting them play on. Good ball work on that far side. The cross is going to be deflected, and it's destined maybe for a corner. No, it's going to be saved. Good work and effort there by the defender.
I say you'd rather have a throw rather than a corner here, but once again, basically a corner kick with this throw.
This one more line drive. Knocked back out of the zone, out of the box. But again, it's saved and knocked out of bounds, but will be PVHS for the throw.
So just under 3 to play, 2:50 left here in the first half. Exciting action both ways. Just Hodgdon hasn't been able to really get, I think they've had 1 or 2 clean opportunities at good looks, but haven't really had anything strong on frame yet.
When they change their offensive style up and maybe bring a third person up in the forward spots, I imagine that might change things. Even their midfielders are hanging back a little too far. Nonetheless, an opportunity here on this near side corner, on this left side. Good cutback, and it's going to be just toe kicked and punched out.
I mean, it's just tough right now because it's 2, 4, 6, 8 green on 3 white. I mean, it's, the number's just not there. You're just not getting the offensive push from the midfield right now. I don't know, maybe it's lack of legs or it's, just the scheme that Coach Little wants to work with. Not getting a very limited amount of scoring opportunities.
Well, finally, they bring up the 4th defender into the fray. They had 3 guys back at the 50-yard line, right at midfield. So this one chipped back in. And just getting it is going to be the goaltender in Neal. Wasn't that troubling, but could have been had the bounce been a little higher. This went off the hard part of the knee in Tash and knocked out of bounds. There definitely seems to be a reluctance to bring up the defenders at all past half.
Well, that's tough when you're facing a quick offensive attack. And the scheme that they want to play with is more of a ground attack with something through on the ground. Really got to be, cautious with that.
Well, possibly another opportunity with under a minute left to go. Quickly snuffed out. Oh, this one now back into the area. Duttweiler coming out. He whiffs on the first one. He's out of his net by a wide margin. Can PVHS take advantage? No. This one going to be deflected out towards the 6. Little collision there, and they're going to say a little bump by number 11.
Yep, Tash going to the ball there. Just didn't really play purpose to the ball, and going to go the opposite direction with a kick here.
And that's basically going to be the end of the half. They'll probably get this boot off, but I can't see anything else like counting for a goal unless someone's got the strongest leg in Northern Maine.
Throw in here, 10 seconds.
Time coming off the clock here. And it'll finally strike 0 on the first half. So 40 minutes in the books and 2 goals on the board, all by the number 1 ranked, unbeaten Penobscot Valley Howlers. Nick Reed getting the first one with 26:49 remaining in the first half. And then Zach Dorr, the midfielder, with a beautiful play, getting that one just over 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Was absolutely phenomenal play from PVHS. And the struggles for the Hawks really have been getting numbers up on the counterattack when they've actually had those opportunities.
Yeah, they've had a few opportunities, a couple of clean shots on net, but they just haven't really been able to get a good scoring opportunity like we talked about, not getting the numbers up ahead. So, halftime adjustment like we talked about, maybe a little bit different of a scheme, coming out of halftime, but it's tough. Just Penobscot Valley is just so quick up front. They got to have the defending numbers.
Well, they have 10 minutes now to think about the schemes, the changes, the adjustments that both sides will make to try to secure a berth in the Northern Maine Championship. And we'll see what the adjustments are when we return for the second half, as you are watching this 2-0 game in favor of Penobscot Valley in Class D Boys Northern Maine semifinal playoff action here on WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car.
Sorry.
You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The station that loves classic hits as much as you do. Maybe more, because we can't stop. Here's more classic hits in a row.
The best hits. WHOU.
The best hits. 100.1 WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car.
Sorry.
You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The station that loves classic hits as much as you do. Maybe more, because we can't stop. Here's more classic hits in a row.
The best hits. WHOU.
The best hits. 100.1 WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The station that loves classic hits as much as you do. Maybe more, because we can't stop. Here's more classic hits in a row.
The best hits. WHOU.
The best hits. 100.1 WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The station that loves classic hits as much as you do. Maybe more, because we can't stop. Here's more classic hits in a row.
The best hits. WHOU.
The best hits. 100.1 WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car.
Sorry.
You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Exactly how this one plays out. This one a long ball and a good opportunity, some speed, but it's going to be snuffed out here quickly by that one hit towards the side. Goal from Nick Reed was the first one to get us started, with PVHS striking just around at the 15-minute mark into the contest, and then Zach Dorr got one at the 33-minute mark, and that's where we are currently. And this one's going to be a corner kick.
No, just going to be a throw. It was just on the other side. Foster doing a good job there, trying to buy the corner. But
I was about to say, I thought at the initial point he pointed towards the corner, but like you said before, Ryan, this is almost just as good.
It basically is a corner kick. So
back out, he squares up towards the net, and it's going to be harmlessly out of bounds on the left side of the net.
So we'll get a goal kick out of it. Hodgdon with some early pressure here to start the second half. Going to look to try and create some more opportunities for themselves to try and find something nice on frame.
This is where you do get that little rush. Get the hydration back on. You rest the legs a little bit. And come out strong. Saw in the last game, I believe, too, early on in that second half. And we did see a goal. Russell was able to get a goal for Southern Aroostook in the girls' matchup. Around 15 minutes into it. PVHS trying to work the ball. Dorr gets that one knocked away. Still in the box. Still up. Finally clear.
Hodgdon going to look to put a little push up on this near sideline this time.
Ball defeated number 14 in Foster. He's working this near sideline. He's going to get knocked over. Nothing called. It's just going to go harmlessly out of bounds. I don't think anything malicious on that by any means.
I mean, it's shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I understand that, a player fell down, but, when you're playing shoulder to shoulder, that's how you're taught in soccer, to be able to go after a ball when you're, challenging with another player. So.
And you see, actually, when someone goes down, normally it's because there's actually contact, not like in the EPL or World Cup soccer where there's imaginary snipers or something. Nonetheless, this one's going to be harmlessly out of bounds on the far side. PVHS with the throw-in, trying to get this one up. Still in the field of play. Now working towards the center. See if he'll switch his fields. It's going to be dispossessed and taken away. Hawks now with the ball, moving from left to right. Across your screen, wearing the white with the blue trim. 1-on-3 results in how you'd think it would. PVHS taking the ball away, but knocking it out.
More of an attack for Hodgdon. They got more numbers up here to start the second half. They're, actually flooding with 5 people, up, and they're going to get another throw in here, far side.
Deeper and deeper it goes into the PVHS end.
Now they're going to pull up another one, so they're actually going to have somebody out top to try and make a clear back in.
Ooh, this one flicked on. Had to corral it a little bit, did Neal, but is able to pick it up after knocking it down towards the turf. Here's the kick. Looks to be playable for Hodgdon. Instead, it'll be knocked out of bounds. Good effort there by number 18 in Tapley.
So we'll see Stongway check back in. Celia will go off.
So throwing coming up. Time is ticking, but not a lot of action happening. Finally, we'll get the throw in from this near side, Will Brown. Almost try to get stolen and taken away. Last will just go out for another kick. This one hit back in the middle of the field. PVHS love to add on to their 2-goal lead to make it 3. Hawks now would like to counterattack, and they're going to try to do so. A little too hard of a touch, and it's going to be taken away. Back into a swarm of white defenders, white jersey defenders, I should say. But now PVHS has an opportunity, and now a good slide and knocked out of bounds by Tapley. Throwing coming in from Dorr. Looking for Tash, unable to connect with him, and now it's taken out, back to midfield. And that one's right off the arm and out of bounds. And that's taken away. Folsom in the center. Actually, not now, it's to Folsom.
Look to try and get a ball to the middle here. Just too strong of a touch.
Trying to do it all himself. Still being a thorn in the side of the defender in Dorr. But Dorr comes out with it. What a good effort and great tenacity. He's now going to help with the run, but it's quickly finished and hit back upfield. Now into midfield, flicked on. Both teams playing for a little bit of a bump there. Nothing called again. It's been very physical of play, but both the officials, or all the officials on this near side, letting everyone play. Including that one, another forearm shiver, so to speak, and another one. This one will prompt a whistle. Player for Hodgdon down. He's calling for more assistance. Third time already in this contest we've seen that.
We'll see him. It'll be Hunter Tapley going off.
Yeah, aided by his two teammates on either side flanking him. He made a couple of good plays here recently, and it's unfortunate to see.
Good. No, he does a good job being able to close off the angle, doesn't lunge, able to make the play outside.
Senior defender. And that's the second time today we've seen a player instantly know that he's not feeling his best and calling for assistance right out of the gate.
Official center judge will get together with both captains here, just to mimic the pre-game talk.
Yep.
Make sure that tempers stay down and we don't have an outburst here. And
we'll say there has been a little bit more chippiness in the last couple of minutes than there had been in the prior parts of the contest. So it's good to just maybe take this second and calm everyone down. Well, we'll get back into the play. Again, the two players assisting Tapley were on the field to play, so now they got to go back all the way over across the field to their positions. Not given the luxury of doing so in time. As this one hit back in the 6-yard box, and that's going to be a goal.
It's going to be taken away offsides.
Oh, good opportunity for PVHS, but that flag, as you alluded to, Ryan, perfectly so, had been up the whole time.
No goal, play is offside.
Yep, Tash was offsides before the ball was struck. On the redirect, doesn't matter, can't be the first one there. Tash was there, puts it in the goal, but it's going to be taken away offsides.
So Hodgdon fans breathe a sigh of relief. A 3-goal deficit might have been the death nail, but not the case. So they'll bring the ball all the way back, and they'll kick it off here. Well, the other thing, Hodgdon really didn't have the players back in time. The officials just, I think they thought they were substituted players. They were a little undermanned anyways.
Might get a run here by Foster.
And he's going like a train. Cuts back in the middle, going against 1, 2, 3 defenders. Nothing called as there was a mass of humanity down there. 3 players collide in and go down to the turf. And it's finally dispossessed and taken away, at least for a moment, by PVHS and hit all the way towards that flag on the far side. Now, you almost thought right there, didn't you, that Foster might be able to take that all the way himself.
Yeah, they were able to cut the angle and get in front. Just a little bit of a collision in the box, but both players just playing the ball and go into each other.
During the regular season, these two teams combined for 26 wins. And among them, they just had 1 loss and 1 tie, both coming to Hodgdon. I mentioned earlier they only lost to the Maine School of Science and Math, a 4-2 loss back in the middle parts of October, and they tied Southern Aroostook 4-4 in September. Unblemished are the Howlers from PVHS. This one headed back towards midfield.
Yeah, a couple scores like we talked about. Winner of this moves on to take on Central Aroostook boys. So they upended Van Buren 6-0 this afternoon. And game 2 of that tilt with the girls' side of things, Central Aroostook up over Ashland 3-1 at half.
Another opportunity for PVHS, getting a little space, but stopping it right there is Duttweiler as he just knocked it in front of him. Didn't go too far out, and he's able to pick it up. Well, we have an opportunity here as this one, we'll talk about that in a second, a speculative play, and that one's off the side and well out of bounds. But we have an opportunity here if this score holds and possibly the Ashland Central Aroostook matchup later tonight on the girls' side goes to Central Aroostook's way. You could have a Aroostook versus Penobscot Valley matchup there with Central taking on the Howlers of PVHS, which should be a pretty interesting matchup. Good time will tell on that one. We'll be playing that later. Is this one out of bounds? PVHS working that one off.
Oh, that's going to be a corner.
Yeah. No one's going to be out before. So they'll redo that whole thing. This one, a lob kick into the box all the way off the end line.
So a goal kick. 29:35 to play.
Quick goal kick by the Hawks. Flicked on. Not a lot of numbers for Hodgdon, which has been the story of this game. And falling down is number 14, Josh Foster. Play on, nothing is called. This one's off Folsom. It looked to be off the arm, but no call there again. Folsom trying Foster. Folsom he's like the Energizer bunny, never really slows down.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's, like we talk about on the hand rule, everybody sees it hits the hand, they want to call on it, but, it's got to be, it's intentional, handling of the ball now. It's not just hits the hand and goes. I mean, it's not an intentional hit, so it doesn't go down as a handball.
Tash at speed, working from the center, now towards the right side. Long lead to himself, trying to beat the defender. He will. Jumps over him. Now cuts towards the middle. Looking for a teammate, finally taken down, and he will draw the call.
Yeah, watch out for Dorr here. He's their set piece specialist, and this could be this one's definitely going on frame. So
kick low, deflected, and they're going to say corner. Got off the end line. Well, it tried to keep it in, but to no avail, so we'll see this set piece now from a different angle. 28 and change remaining. This one a high arcing kick towards the back post, but no one really in position to pound that one through, and it's knocked out of bounds for yet another corner, this one coming from the other side of the field. Two to nothing to score. PVHS on top as the shadows start to creep on this Hampden Academy field. Short kick. Picked up. Dorr crosses it in. Not a lot of pace of that kick. He does have some help. Sent back into the box. And that one's going to be off the hand, I believe.
yeah, that's one of those ones where it came up and hit it right back down to his own foot. So.
Oh, a low kick by Dorr. Gets it back. Going to be taken away. Good boot changing Fields.
A good clear out there by Matheson to, just get it out of their defending half and give themselves a breather to, set back and get reset.
A little bit of a collision there. They're going to give that one towards the Howlers side. There'll be another throw in. High of a bounce. Again, nice clearance by the Hawks. Hodgdon now gets it. Some space, but a good stop there defensively by the Howlers. Now a counterattack. Nice little flick on.
Going to be offsides once again.
Great offensive trap, or I should say offsides trap. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but second big time that looked very dangerous and it's been stopped.
That's a tough one. I mean, as an attacker, you got to recognize where the defense is, stay stout with the line, and, go on the touch.
So here's the kick. Hawks need to start getting some offense here. As the time starts to wane off the clock, it now reads just under 26 minutes left in the contest. We were afforded 80 minutes entering this fray, possibly with the auspices of more. But does not seem to be the case at this point unless Hodgdon can score at least 2 goals without conceding another.
Good move there, Matheson. Good ball up ahead. Foster getting marked up on the double team here.
Well, and it looks like the player from Howland, number 33, and Seeley just got whacked in the face. He seems to be okay, but did jar him for the moment. This one in the box. It's open. Tash has nothing in front of him and just easily seals that one through for the 3rd goal.
Good play. It's just it's a decision you got to make as a goalie. That's a tough one. I mean, made the decision to come out to try and get the ball, and it was an awkward angle with him and his defender, and Tash able just to get a little touch around.
So Alex Tash buries that one through. It is now 3-0. PVHS on top, and now you got to throw everything but the kitchen sink, and even maybe the kitchen sink if you're the Hawks to try to get back into this one. Tash, who had really been a focal point in creating a lot of great offensive opportunities for the Howlers, gets rewarded with a goal here in the second.
This is where teams can become dangerous, just get lax, after scoring a goal, see if Hodgdon might not be able to get something to go here.
An opportunity, just deflected. This one chipped back in, and it looks like
it's going to be a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Hodgdon going to get a corner out of this one. Like I said, what they call the 2-minute drill. See here if after that goal they just conceded, if they can grab this one back.
Oh, a beautifully placed one, but only the goaltender was there, and Neal comes out with that one with not nary a white jersey even in the vicinity. Now we'll see maybe another counterattack for PVHS. Noticing a little bit more aggression, at least moving up the field by this Hodgdon side. So working the ball on that far sideline. 24-18 remaining in this contest, 3-0 the score. Crossing, going to the other side of the field. Nice header back towards the right side. And this one's going to go all the way out of bounds, but will go towards PVHS. Penobscot Valley moves it back in the center. Oh, good dribble moves once again. Now it's hit down the field.
This is where Foster can break loose.
And he's got some speed. Just one man to beat. Just missing. Probably didn't have as great of balance as he wanted on that play. Looking to rifle it across the body, but instead hits it towards the near post and knocked out of bounds for a goal kick.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the counterattack that they've been looking for. Finally got a ball through. Foster able to get the edge and just couldn't get a good touch on it.
You wonder if they might bring up one of the defenders into midfield and then let Foster run wild, because when he gets that, when he has no one in front of him, no one marking him, it's so dangerous.
He plays the ball well with his feet and You know, he's just he has good body control and poise, and that's why he creates so well for himself.
Tash gets the ball over. Now swung around to that far right side, trying to cross it in. It's been knocked out towards the end line. Still a battle for it in the 18-yard box and finally knocked out. But will be a corner.
And get a substitution.
I was about to say, I think my eyesight's gone. I didn't even see the substitution. I looked over there a couple of times, but the green blended in with the turf out there. So we do have the substitution, waiting on everyone to get in position. Kick is a short one. Back out. Still with possession. Tash thought about the one-timer, but doesn't even get the opportunity.
Yeah, Seth Tapley there once again, the center back for the Hawks. He's been their backbone on the defensive side.
Will Hodgdon be able to make something of this opportunity? Still not a lot of numbers. More green jerseys than white on this side of the field. They will get the ball on a throw to the far side. It's a short one and basically just improving their position.
You get deep throw here by Foster. See if they get some more numbers in the box.
Almost everyone back for PVHS, crowding the box. And this one off again, so it'll be another deep throw in. Tash the only one not inside the 18-yard box. 2 defenders deep, 1 in mid-range for Hodgdon at this point. Oh, I guess it's a corner now instead. It's very close. I thought it would be a deep throw. Here's the kick, high arcing. Back far enough. Oh, almost an opportunity there to get the head on for Hodgdon. This one crossed across. This one sent back in. Pinballed out for yet another corner on that far side left.
Good strike there by McGillicuddy. Just right to the feet of Neal and able to redirect it out for a corner kick.
See if they do something similar. This one a little shorter and higher up in the box. Headed out. Still in the box, but close. Bouncing around. A good shot. Might have been deflected, but they'll say goal kick on that one on the strike. Wide left.
Good open space by Foster. Just couldn't get the angle to get something on frame.
As the sun starts to begin to set in the west, the sun is also setting on this contest as we have just 20 minutes remaining in this one. And a lot of work for Hodgdon to get back into this game.
Still plenty of time, just under 10 seconds, under 20 minutes to go in the half, and plenty of time to tack a few on the board. And, you know, like we talked about, just chip away, and, you know, one can become 2 and 2 become 3, just like that.
Especially with a throw-in and a dangerous weapon like this Hawks side has. This one a throw-in to the near post. Flick back up to the top of the 18. It's cleared out. Folsom can't handle. Good left kick. Like left-footed shot, but picked up with relative ease again for Neal. Long kick back out to half. PVHS can play a little bit more defensively, but would like a nice counterattack and see if maybe they can get that 4th goal up, which would all but seal the deal in this one.
Tell you what, Foster's been all over the field. He's been back defensively. He's their attacker up front. He's been sideline to sideline, end line to end line the entire game. Still hasn't, still playing just like he did the first whistle of the game.
Good effort there, but a little too far out to challenge the keeper, Neal. Now working back. The Howlers trying to see if they can progress this ball up the field. Worst case scenario, there'll be more time off the clock. And another dangerous set piece from the corner coming up. Just over 18 minutes remaining in the contest. 3-0 to lead. Penobscot Valley, the unbeaten #1 seed in Class D, on top. Nice kick. And a little bit of a bump from the back on Duttweiler, but has that one relatively easy. Now the counterattack coming from the Hawks of Hodgdon.
Good chance if he can get a chip here.
Trying to go 1-on-2. A little bit of a kick on the foot. They'll have a late call after seeing that play not really develop as much to Hodgdon's liking. So we'll get a free kick coming from just inside the 20-yard marker on the football side of things. Call this one about, 27 yards out? (27-28) outside the hash.
Great with the football lines there. 10 yards, pretty easy.
This one right at the goaltender, but still open, and that's going to be a goal. Just deflected back in, and it's going to be cleaned up to cut the deficit down to 2 as Hodgdon and their players trying to get their fan base back into this one after a quick strike there off the set piece.
Good recovery there. McGillicuddy right there for the rebound and just able to get it by the goalkeeper. Probably one you want to reel in there, not really try and bat it down, kind of catch it to the chest. But good work by McGillicuddy and cuts the lead deficit down to 2 goals. But that's what I talked about, just about 2 minutes ago. Is you just got to chip it away, 1 goal at a time. And Hodgson's really been building offensively. Seems like Penobscot Valley's kind of gone more defensive mode the last 10 or so minutes. And Hodgson's gotten a few more opportunities, and we kind of figured that off a couple set pieces might be, where they're going to get an offensive opportunity, and it prevailed there for them.
That it did. Still, they need to get at least 1 more. Get them within that other distance of a 1-goal deficit. And that one, a nice strike, challenging Neal, but slides in on that near post to come up with that one. As you mentioned, Ryan, still enough time to get back into this game even closer so. And if you're PVHS, you really don't want to rest on your laurels because you've seen what they can do, and you can see the counterattack.
And they just haven't been able to, PV hasn't been able to build like they did in the first half. Kind of been more of a, I won't really want to say boot and chase, but kind of been more of a one touch and go, and just haven't, kept their shape and form like they did in the first half.
Sometimes it's hard to keep that really aggressive form or even just that tactical form when you have an advantage, but it also means you can be a little tentative too. Which might be the case. You're seeing the better looks come from Hodgdon as they've just been really much more of the aggressors. But now here's a lead ball, trying to find the streaking forward, but not the case. It's a little too long. But now you're also seeing the Howlers have a similar situation to the first half that Hodgdon had, with not a lot of numbers up on offense, but more so due to the score.
And they're going to get a throw here.
That one knocked out of bounds. Under 15 minutes left to go, and a 2-goal lead right now for the Howlers of Penobscot Valley. This one a little bit of an adventure to go and get the ball.
I think he might be asking for another one.
Yeah, probably a little muddy as he wipes his hand on the ground. Here is the throw.
I'll go out for a corner.
So a good opportunity here. You want to drop. The kick is going to be the thing that's going to be the most important here, but also making sure everyone is in the perfect position. 8 players in the box for the Hawks. This one off the shoulder. Can be kept in, but finally knocked out. Trying to get it in there. And now chipped back by the Hawks. Back and forth it goes. Head ball to head ball. And now finally back on the turf.
Hodgson's got Penobscot Valley pinned back in. Almost all 11 defenders or players for the Howlers were back in on that one and able to hopefully drive it up into their attacking half here.
Good job by Neal just calling everyone off. Junior goalie just said, hey, that's mine. So the defenders all kind of backed out. Dorr has it. Just one player to beat. Unfortunately unable to do so, at least there, but gets it back.
Yeah, see the build up the sideline here. Might try and get a chip over the top. Yeah, looking for it. And not a good enough touch, but they'll get a throw.
Good attempt at the flick on the back of the head, but as you alluded to, not perfect. This one has enough pace to look like it might have gone off the end line, but instead going back towards the other direction. 12:54 remaining in the contest. Good slide out of bounds, but PVHS putting a little bit more pressure. Almost buoyed by their 3-goal deficit going by the wayside, looking to get that back again.
They're probably going to get a strike here by Dorr.
This one deflected and then knocked out of bounds, which was probably the best decision there by the defense by the Hawks.
No, good decision there by Carver. Just get it away, get your defense an opportunity to reset.
It does mean a set piece and a potentially dangerous one.
A defensive end for Hodgdon has done good to really turn away multiple good opportunities that Howland's kind of, presented themselves with, but the Hawks have held strong defense on the defensive end, and Detweiler's turned away, multiple opportunities as well.
Here's the kick. A good one over Detweiler as he collides with a player from PVHS and goes all the way across the field.
Hodgdon looking to get a counterattack here.
Howlers were bringing their numbers back. There will be a foul called on the field, and that will go in favor of the Hawks. More players moving up right at midfield.
11:40 to go. Still plenty of time.
Still 2 players on defense way back there for Hodgdon. Ball sent back in the middle of the field. Finally cleared. Well, at least it appeared it might be cleared. Still in the fray.
One thing we've noticed too is Coach Roy, I'll let this play develop here.
Little stop, then finally a bump. And now they'll call it.
Yeah. Oh, they're calling it the other direction.
Wow.
So what I was saying was a change that Coach Roy made for the Howlers was he put Reese Carter back. He was playing in center mid, moved him back more of a stopping position, as you see him kind of move up a little bit here. But anyways, where I'm getting to is he's really stopped a lot of attacks in the middle that Foster's kind of been trying to streak up through. Another one of those players that kind of does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. Don't see his name in the papers very often, but does a good job for them. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the Matheson and Carver in the back for Hodgdon.
Sort of like those glue guys who don't necessarily get the recognition that they deserve because they're not getting a ton of goals, but right. Without them, you wouldn't be in these situations.
Exactly, and I mean, I think losing Ramsey early on in the game kind of was a crimp to Hodgson's defensive line, but I mean Tapley and Matheson and Carver have done a good job to really steer away a lot of good looks.
Absolutely. Time is now of the essence for Hodgdon as they're still defending deep in their own zone. 9:30 remaining in this contest. 3-1 the lead for Penobscot Valley over Hodgdon.
Score update from Central Aroostook. The Central Aroostook girls up 3-2 over Ashland with 19 minutes left in that one.
Dorr working his way into the 18-yard box. Now he's going in. He's got a decent look. Cuts it back. Oh, just narrowly misses that left post. What a good effort, though, weaving and winding his way through the defense.
So 9 minutes to play here in this contest.
At least if the scores hold at this point, it would be Penobscot Valley versus Central Aroostook, right, in both sides of the Northern Maine final. Still some soccer still to be played. And this one is going to be a goal kick after it was hit off of the offensive player for Hodgdon.
As you touched on, the score stands here. Be a rematch of last year's Northern Maine final between Penobscot Valley and Central Aroostook as well.
And the girls' matchup, I do believe you have two of the highest scoring players in Class D, right, which would be going against each other if that Central Aroostook-Ashland girls game holds. We saw Ireland on one side today. There's Levac out there as well, I believe. Well, this one's still up for grabs. But Hodgdon needs to get a goal here soon. Neal dives down to the turf and makes the save.
A great chip there by Foster to get it over towards McGillicuddy. Just couldn't get the edge on that one, and a good save by Neal.
Fresh legs coming up for the Howlers in a moment. A stoppage here. So it will be a throw-in for the Hawks. Here it comes. Back out, still anyone's ball. Back into the center of the field. Coming after it's number 10, Reese Carter, who will boot it back up towards midfield. And this one sent all the way down. And a good solid kick back. There's a player for Howland barreling down the pike. Now this one in this near side will be taken away. Yes, it will be.
A good turn by Foster.
Foster trying to get some space. It'll be a throw in here. But it'll be a deep throw in. Foster going to unload a lot out of the tank here on this throw. A good heave. But it's hit back where it came. Oh, this one just overshot. Folsom trying to get on it with a big boot. Now going the other way with a little bit of momentum and some numbers, but that one's just hit right up. I think actually, was that hit off the bench? Yeah. That one ricocheted way back up. Nonetheless, it'll be a throw-in from that far side. Good news for the Howlers, at least they can slow things down a slight bit, eat some more time off the clock. Hit back towards the center of the field, now swung in. Still working. Knocked off toward the side and out of bounds. PVHS ball.
5:40 to play. See if Hodgdon can get a little bit more of a push here offensively, get the ball up in their attacking half.
Throw-ins are a-coming, and here it is. Back towards the middle of the field, some space and some room. Still working, and now Hodgdon gets the ball back. A long pass in. Oh, just narrowly touched. Still an open ball, anyone's. And it's going to be taken away. Not a clean look, still in the scrum, and there is going to be a penalty kick. I think that was Foster who went down in the box. And now he's going to put the ball on the spot and look to get this to be a one-goal game. Well, this is a team who's used to penalty kicks. They had to hit quite a few of them to beat Easton last contest. They award the penalty. Here's the kick. It's deflected. What a save by Neal. If they hold on, they got to give big credit, PVHS does, to that young man in between the pipes and Lance Neal.
Great save. Like we talk about, a lot of kids just try and, pound it towards the net. As the kick taker, you just pick your location, put it there. Good, basically pass on the ground to the corner. Just great, better save by Neal.
As a goaltender, you also have to decide where you want to dive, and he chose correctly. That one destined for the near post, but misses as well as it hits the panel. Just over 4 minutes to play, as we're going to get the goal kick in a second. Clock will stop in the intro. And they'll also have another stop.
Yeah, substitution wasn't off the field yet. Center judge hadn't blown his whistle for start of play.
So we'll redo it again. No time coming off the clock, of course.
Be on the touch.
3-1 the score. Back at midfield. PVHS controlling the ball. Good shield. Little bit of a push, but not enough to warrant any call. Now an opportunity here as they go towards the corner. This could be a little bit of a stall tactic, and that seems to be the case. We knocked out of bounds, however. And we'll see. Is this a corner or a throw? Looks to be a corner.
It'll be a corner. See if they actually like to take the corner, or if they're just going to play it back to the corner and, play the corner game, force Hodgdon to kick it out.
And that's exactly the case. They decide to do the latter instead of the former. But again, the second time today we've seen that sort of go against the person taking it to the corners. They knock it out of bounds for a throw, but get more time coming off the clock.
So 3:20 to play in this one.
Hodgdon taking their time, finally throws it in. High ball in the middle of the field, just over 3 to play. Howlers control the ball for the moment. Good move there. Weaving through the defense and drawing the foul. Great job there by Zach Dorr. They now set the ball right around that 35-yard marker. Here it is, thrown into the box. Back out again. Hodgdon really needs to make and mount an attack here very quickly. Seemingly have had all the air let out in this contest for them, at least. That can all change with one counterattack. They thought they were going to be down 1 goal heading into the final minutes, but a penalty shot save by Lance Neal, the goaltender for Penobscot Valley, may have saved this game and saved that ticket to the Northern Maine Championship for the Howlers.
So we're going to get a throw here for Penobscot Valley. Clock ticks under 2 minutes, 1:55 left on the clock.
Clock another ally for the Howlers. Goes back and forth and finally out of bounds. Hodgdon now will get the throw in. 90 seconds remaining. And this again knocked out of bounds. Person crawling all the balls out in the side, getting their workout. Hodgdon will throw this one in. 30 or 25 yards deep. Gets it into the box. It's knocked out outside the 18. 1 minute remaining. As this one goes all the way out, this is going to be all she wrote here in a few minutes as the last 50 seconds come off the clock. It's Penobscot Valley will move on, and they'll join the girls' team into the Northern Maine Championship in Class D when all is said and done. Some substitutions will come in. Both sides will cheer on their faithfuls here on the great seasons, one of which will continue. It's Howland hoping to move with the playoff games up to 16-0 once the clock strikes 0 on this one. Ball being hit around. PVHS trying to keep it in the field of play. They can't do so. Well, they did for a little while, then finally knocked out by Hodgdon. 20 seconds remaining. Some excitement there for a moment from both sides. Now the clock goes down to 10 seconds left, and finally it'll be stopped with some substitutions. More changes for PVHS and their fan base who are cheering on the side of the field opposite of us. Single digits on the clock now. As the ball continues to move on the sidelines. It'll be a throw-in. They get it off right before the horn sounds. And it will be Penobscot Valley staying unblemished on the season as they pick up the 3-1 victory over Hodgdon, as the Hawks will pick up just their second loss of the season, and it will end their season in the semifinals in Class D. But Ryan, a very good back-and-forth matchup. Hodgdon had some opportunities, unable to take advantage of it, but really it was the Howlers dominating the first half and basically leading to this result in the second.
Yeah, Hodgdon had some opportunities on the scoring front. Just didn't have very many clean looks. Obviously, lured back to the penalty kick. Great save there by Neal, but possession just dominated by the Howlers, and two teams that definitely deserve to be here. Just Howland had the edge today, and their athleticism showed why they're an undefeated 16-0 1 seed.
Goal recap and summary there. Nick Reed with the first goal, coming with 26:49 remaining in the first half. Zach Dorr for Penobscot Valley also tallying a first half goal at the 7:08 mark. And then, let's see here, Alex Tash scored a goal with 25:18 remaining to give a 3-0 lead for Penobscot Valley. You thought that would be enough. It ultimately was, as Josh McGillicuddy would score around 9 minutes afterwards for the first one for the Hawks. And then a penalty kick miss by Foster, or actually more of a save, I would say, as Lance Neal was able to guess correctly, diving left and punching that one out. And that was it, a 3-1 victory. So Penobscot Valley will be taking on Central Aroostook in what should be a pretty good matchup for the Northern Maine crowd.
Yeah, both teams haven't got a final score yet from Central Aroostook, but if score holds, both teams will be playing Central Aroostook, and that'll be neutral site now this year. It's going to be at the turf at the Johnston Complex in Presque Isle. So if it holds true, it'll be 1 versus 2 in D boys and 1 versus 2 in D girls. So
it'll be exciting to see, but nonetheless, today has been all about Penobscot Valley from Hampden Academy, as both the boys and girls teams win, ironically enough, also by the score of 3-1 and 3-1. Any last thoughts, Ryan, before we sign off on this day and afternoon from Hampden Academy?
Just a good day for soccer, winding towards the end of fall sports, and, 2 good games here played today, and should be in for a good championship contest there on Wednesday up at Presque Isle. So.
Well, for Ryan Lincoln, I'm Brian Stackpole signing off from Hampden Academy, where the final score, Penobscot Valley 3, Hodgdon 1. Thank you very much for watching this broadcast and presentation on WHOU.